Hello and welcome to the Grow Your Life podcast, where we talk about ways to grow in your life, in your business, reach your goals faster, do more. If you grow in your business, you can have more resources to do more with it. If you grow in your life, your personal life, you got to get your mindset right to do the stuff, the hard work in business. But today, what I actually wanted to talk to you about specifically is the topic of hard work. And the title, you might have seen it. You're like, what does that mean? I'll get into that in a sec. If you haven't joined our hashtag Grow Your Life community on Facebook, go join that. Look up hashtag Grow Your Life on Facebook. It's a group. There's over 800 people in there that are growing in their life, their business, asking questions, helping other people. It's like a virtual mastermind on Facebook around the videos I do every single morning, by the way. I do them every morning on Facebook and Instagram, and this podcast every single week. Topics while they're trying to grow in their business, and it's free. So just look it up on Facebook, hashtag Grow Your Life, and join that. Today, what I wanted to talk about is it's something that's going around in the success world, and it's something that I strongly have disagreed with a lot of influencers on when I've heard their podcasts, and I have a unique perspective of it that I wanted to bring to the table. Is I personally do not ever use the words hard work about anything. In fact, I frequently will say I don't believe in hard work, I don't do hard work, and I won't do hard work ever. At the same time, I will literally do anything, whatever it takes, to reach my goals. And if that involves me doing something that some people may call hard work, or something that I don't like doing, I will do it because that's what I have to do to go after my goals. And this is a shifting of a paradigm, is this. If you call it hard work, if you say, oh, it's so hard, you're automatically sending chemical triggers through your brain that are going to instantly prepare you for that and try to keep you safe. And so when you say, oh, this is so hard, it's such a drag, but I got to do it, I got to press through, I got to grind through, you're actually setting yourself up for failure by doing that. You're actually preparing your mind, preparing your body to fail because you've said those words. You've acknowledged, you've given power to the thing that you want to do to say that it's something to overcome. Instead of, you already have overcome it. You are already at the place where you can do it. You do not need to stop making it so hard. Stop working so hard. Stop calling it hard work. Stop making it a drag. Stop saying, I don't want to do this. It's so hard. It's so difficult. You can get 100 times more done, 1,000 times more done, infinitely, exponentially more accomplished. So you got to hear me on this. Here are the two sides of this. I'm literally talking about doing the impossible levels of stuff. Whether it's an Ironman, whether it's working out 3 to 4 hours a day, whether it's working on your business 120 hours a week, morning till night, whether it's making those sales calls that are uncomfortable for you, whether it's getting on video and you're not comfortable doing that, the uncomfortable things, those things that you don't want to do, those things that feel painful, those things that are like, but the language that we use of it's hard work and you got to just grind through it and do that actually is systematically designed to keep you from your goals for a long period of time and to make it harder for you to reach them. So by you saying it's hard work, I have to go do it, you are actually making it harder on yourself because you're acknowledging the power that it has over you by doing that. And this is something that is, I refuse to work hard ever. I will do whatever it takes to reach my goals within the bounds of my morals, my beliefs, all of that. You see, if you've heard me on this podcast, I talk about what you believe impacts your actions. affects the choices you make, the decisions, and then the actions you take. So if you believe something is hard, you will actually avoid it. You will give it power. You're paying homage to it, saying you are more powerful than me, but I'm going to defeat you, quote unquote. And some people drive towards that. They have a sense of competition. They do that. If that motivates you, that's cool. That's awesome. Okay. I'm not really talking to the person that like loves to do that, but I want you to maybe think about this possibility. What if you could do 100 times more than that thing that you grind and push towards? What if you could do 1,000,000 times more than anything you've ever done before? Think of the hardest thing that you have to do to go after if you're a grinder. Absolutely hardest thing. And then scale it up by 10 million times that level of hard. How would you do that? How would you do that? Well, you just go after it. You just do it. I get that. That's part of it. But I want you to change your language to one of from comparison to gratitude. And what I do is I just say, this is going to be easy. I'm going to get this done. And if I fail, if I make a mistake, I get back up. I pick myself back up. I go forward. So I don't believe in failure, and I don't believe in hard work. Failure only exists. I believe it does exist if you give it power. Okay? So failure only exists when you give it power to keep you from picking yourself back up and going forward. You cannot fail if you pick yourself back up and move forward. Okay? A lot of people say, well, that's hard work. Shift your paradigm on that. Hard work is only if you acknowledge that it's hard. But if you say that it's easy, so you pick yourself back up, it's easy, I'm going to do it again. I'm telling you, guys, I got this from like some multi like 100-millionaire, billionaire guys that are saying this. So people that are just like fitness crazy people that are Olympic athletes saying this. And it resonated because this is something that I do in my life. It's not faking it. What it actually is because you can fake it. You say, oh, that's easy. But then you're like, oh, it's really hard. I'm talking about literally rewiring your brain, the thoughts behind what is hard, and viewing it from a completely new paradigm of that's going to be easy. How do you do that? You actually just do it. That's how you do it. And so for many of you, the last piece of hard work that you'll ever do is to stop using the word hard work. So I don't use it. I say this, I will do whatever it takes. Anyone who's an entrepreneur knows this. Anybody who's been successful knows this. And they'll tell you this. Well, yeah, it takes hard work. It does. But when they're in it, when they love it. It's fun. It's exciting. The drive. They are lit up by how painful it is to press forward. They go after their goals, after the pain, after what they are afraid of, with so much drive, with so much excitement, with so much energy, that if you ask them in that moment, when they did it, when you finally cross over that threshold of doing the thing that you fear the most and going after it, the hard part of it disappears completely. So it's only hard when you're not doing it. So what I do is I flip it. I actually hack the system a little bit. I hack my brain. Instead of there being a threshold of me saying, oh, that's hard, what I actually do, I say, that's easy. And I take a step forward. So I've already now told my brain, and in our brain, there's chemicals, neural pathways that then send signals to our body that react. And for me to take an action that is hard, once I say it's easy, then I go after it. And I've already taken the step by saying that language. And then what it is doing the hard things. You actually seek after pain. You seek after those things that are quote unquote hard. That's where vulnerability comes from, and somebody who's great on talking about that topic is Brene Brown. I also heard this on a Lewis Howes episode. So a lot of people don't get this aspect of it, and I realized this because I got it, but I never used to get it. So that's why I wanted to bridge the gap for some people that don't understand this and help those that do understand it understand why some other people don't understand it, whatever. When you're somebody who's a driver, an athlete, you actually seek after pain. You seek after the hard stuff. You lift heavy weights. You have pain in your arms. You go after something that's scary. You're the an adrenaline junkie, doing something like that. Normal people don't do those sort of things. So you're doing the impossible that most people don't do. But as soon as you're doing it, you're actually seeking after it. You're going after it. You're getting your excitement, your drive, your energy from going after those things. And that hard thing, as soon as you do it, becomes easy in that moment. It could be scary, but the ease of you just slip right into it and you just go after it. The hardest part is the buildup. The actual doing it is very easy. And so what if you were able to remove that whole state, that whole time, that whole period of buildup to where you have been talking yourself out of it? You've been saying it's hard. You've been like coming up with reasons why you can't do it, and you eliminated that completely by saying it's easy. And then you take a step forward. And that's where the paradigm shift comes from. And I know that some people might not understand this. Is very simple. As I say, entrepreneurship is actually very easy. It is actually very simple. You have to get out of your own way. You have to get past the fear of other people. You have to make choices that other people won't make. I'm really being careful to not use the word hard because I'm trying to teach you it's actually not hard. It's just different language. Choices that other people aren't willing to make, to go after the thing because your goal is that much greater than the pain that you'll feel by doing it is less than the pain of not doing it. So it actually hurts me. It's harder to not go after your goals than to go after it. And that's where you shift the paradigm. It actually becomes easy for me to go for you listening to this, for a high achiever to go and do the hard thing. That actually becomes easy because it's actually a lot harder to sit by and not do anything. And you start to get these quick wins. You start to stack them, these wins over time. There's a guy named Charlie Rocket. He was talking about this. He uses the same method, by the way. I heard him on a podcast, and so he inspired me to start using this language more often because I'm like, okay, this guy is ultra successful, and he uses the exact same language I do, and it's his little hack as well. And I've been doing this my whole life. And a lot of people are like, they don't get it. They're like, no, you have to work hard. And I'm like, no, it's easy. I just do it. And you can do that as well. You just kind of rewire your brain. So the idea is you take what you see as hard, you tell yourself this is going to be easy. And then you be willing to fail. You be willing to make mistakes. You're vulnerable. You open yourself up to the possibility that you are going to absolutely miss the mark and fail. And that's okay because you'll just pick yourself back up or learn from it, adjust a little bit. You see, failure becomes a teacher. Failure doesn't exist. Your mistakes teach you, and you adjust, and then you try again. And that process is what most people call hard work. It's actually easy when you start doing it, when you start building momentum. You start doing that. Once the momentum is going, that's why some people seem like they're like, how are you just so successful and it comes so easy to you? How does success come so easy to you? There you go. So a lot of people use that language that are not successful. How does success come so easy to them and it's not to me? So it's hard to you. It's easy to somebody who's successful, whatever that is, or maybe it is not. And so the idea is you step into that momentum, you do that. You have to do those hard things. So they're hard before you do them, okay? So this is where I'll acknowledge that. It's hard before you do it. it shifts and becomes easy as soon as you do it. So I like to accelerate that process of doing it by saying this is going to be easy. And then now I have no choice but to do it because I said it's easy. If I say something's easy and I don't do it, then I have to evaluate, why did I choose not to do it? And that's okay as well. Like making a choice to not do something because you're like, well, maybe I don't want to get bitten by a shark or by a tiger or something like that, things like that. I was listening to Rob Dyrdek talk about that on the Ed Milet podcast. Dude doing like stuff that nobody's gonna do, and he's like, you just do it, and when you're in it, it's easy. This concept of that is how people go from where they are to where they want to be, as you shift the paradigm of whenever you hit a roadblock and it's hard. Oh man, this is okay. Sorry, I paused here because this took me back to an old video that I did like 6 years ago. I've had this mindset for a long time. It's helped me do some crazy stuff. And I'm going to be doing even more crazy stuff here in the future. This is just the beginning, you guys. So what I said was, when I hit the roadblock, I hit a roadblock. A lot of people see hard work. Okay, it's a roadblock. I think of this. How can I get around it? How can I get past it? Nothing is ever a roadblock. There is nothing truly stopping you from getting to your goals other than yourself. Okay? So when you get to a roadblock, most people say this is hard. I instantly say that's easy. How can I figure out a way around it? Because somebody, especially if I've seen somebody else do it, like, okay, I've seen Rob Dyrdek get bitten by a tiger, bitten by a shark. So somebody can do it and live. Okay, I know that. The odds are a little different, but he did it with professional stunt people, but there was risk there. So same, kind of like, it's like a roller coaster, the anticipation. The hard work is getting up the hill. As soon as you get there, it's just downhill and it's very easy. It's just the momentum carries you forward. So if you can accelerate that process of getting up the hill just by saying it's easy, now you've already done most of the work. And for some of you, this is still very difficult to hear. You're like, I don't get it. Just try it. I want you to just try it. The next time there's something that's really hard for you to do, say, this is going to be easy. I'm going to do it. This is easy. Let's do it. And you're going to start to see, oh, wow, that actually changed my physiology, my thoughts, the choices I made shifted because instead of saying this is so hard, I just did it. I just flowed through it. So I actually like to not use the language of you got to just do hard work and grind through it and get it done. I like to just say it's easy and I'm in control of the choices I make. You see, when you say it's hard, you're giving power to something else and saying that thing is controlling my choices. When you're able to say, I have control over my choices, you can then say that thing is easy, Becoming the president of the United States is easy. That's something probably that anybody who became president, maybe they wouldn't say that, but I bet our current president now would probably be one that says that. It's hard, but as soon as you start to put one foot in front of the other, as soon as you put one foot in front of the other and do the hard things, they become easy. So you can accelerate that in yourself by just changing your word association. Instead of trying to avoid the hard things, avoid pain, you go after it. And then the pain of not doing it is greater than doing it. Because you realize what's on the other side of that is the breakthrough, is the thing that you're supposed to do. I saw there's a Navy SEAL. He said, in training, they do these hard drills, and the guys who succeed at them, they just go after it and don't act like there's anything stopping them. And they do that by this is easy, let's do it. Like, that's the thing. You just have to tell yourself that. It's hard until you do it. So whatever that thing is that's holding you back, whatever's keeping you from going after your goals, whatever you're worried about, whatever you're fearful of, fear is it's the biggest one, you guys. Fear of people, fear of others. And a lot of that's because, your dreams and your dream and your vision isn't bigger than that fear. for me, anytime I got over my fear, I realized that not getting over it was not an option anymore, because I had to get past it and I had to do that very thing and go after it. And so for you, I want to encourage you, whatever's hard, whatever's difficult. Entrepreneurship is hard to those that haven't done it, to those that are starting out. Every single step, especially the beginning forward momentum, you're going to want to quit. You're going to want to be like, this is hard. I'm not getting any progress. But if you can stay consistent with it and disciplined, methodical, moving forward towards your goals, making decisions, taking actions to go after your goals. Decisions that are different than the ones that you've been making then become actions. If you're having trouble making those decisions, it's because you have a different belief system. So what I do is I shift my belief. See, if I'm afraid to take an action, it's because I'm believing one thing. If I change that belief, now I can do it. So if I'm believing something's hard, I'm going to have a struggle doing it. It's going to take me longer, but I can do 100 times more and do the impossible things when I look at it as this is easy. I joke around. I'm like, it's a Mickey Mouse vacation. The hard things feel like a vacation, sitting around the beach, drinking a Mai Tai. The hardest thing you could think of becomes as easy as sitting on a beach drinking a Mai Tai when you just shift your perspective and say, this is easy. And then you can do it. This is how I stay consistent. This is how I can grind. This is how I can do stuff when I have to. But I've also discovered too, now the hard things for me, so I can do that really well in business, physical, the hard things for me were actually relationship, friendship, marriage. And so what I did was shift my paradigm. Okay, I'm smart. I'm gonna figure this out. I can no longer say I have trouble listening to my wife. It's not acceptable. This was a cop-out that I was using for a long time, was that. And now that I have been, like, things are improving. It's amazing. It's awesome. We all have our own stuff that we go through. I have so much stuff in my life that I still look at and I say, that's hard. And those are the very things that I'm not doing right now. But as soon as I say that's easy and failure to this is not an option, it's not an option to not succeed, then I say this is easy, I'm going to do it, then I stick to it. I will probably fail 5 to 10 times like crazy, complete failure, but the pain of not pressing forward is greater than letting it control me. And then I say, okay, I got knocked down again. Oh, this is hard. No, it's not. It's easy. Let's get back up again. Let's go. And if you do that over time, you'll actually start to build trust with yourself. You'll realize, wow, I make good choices. This actually feels good. I'm actually accomplishing some goals. You need to get some goal momentum, you guys. You need to get some wins. That's what Charlie Rocket was talking about. That guy who says this is easy. I'm on a winning streak, and start saying that you're on a winning streak. I just loved how he put that. Like, that's why I gotta say who did it, who said it. His name's Charlie Rocket. You can look him up. He was the manager for the rapper 2 Chainz. And he was on the Ed Milet podcast, which I love. I love Ed Milet stuff as well. But he said he'll wake up in the morning. I got out of bed. I'm on a winning streak. I just reached a goal. I didn't press my alarm clock. I'm winning. This is easy. I just made coffee. I got that much energy out of a cup of coffee. I'm on a winning streak. This is easy. I just got a green light on the way to the office. I'm on a winning streak. I just took the dogs for a walk. I'm on a winning streak. I just made a sales phone call. I'm on a winning streak. I just did my video on Facebook. I'm on a winning streak. You guys, if you're listening to this, I tell you, you need to do daily Facebook Live videos on your social media. And yet so many people, they're like, this is hard. This is difficult. I can't do it. And they let that control them. They let that dictate their You You got to get those quick wins. You got to get on a winning streak. Doing the videos, doing the Facebook Lives is hard until you do it. You got to say it's easy. And then you'll start to get momentum. And every morning you'll say, I kept my promise to myself. I started doing those videos. I kept my promise to myself to go to the gym. I'm doing it. I'm having forward momentum towards my goals. If you're not doing something right now, then you're not really, you're skating around your goal, but you haven't really gone after it until you say this is easy and you start doing it. And that forward momentum becomes easy. Whatever's stopping you, whatever you're letting dictate your life, dictate how small you're living by saying it's hard, that's self-imposed. And I get it. You have to do the hard things. You have to do the hard stuff. But as long as you call it hard, you're going to have a much harder time doing it. So start telling yourself, this is easy. I can do it. I can accomplish anything. I keep my promises. I get on a winning streak. I have forward momentum. I'm going to do my videos. I'm going to do my social media posts. I'm going to make a post on social media. I'm going to write a blog post. I'm going to do some writing, 30 minutes a day of just writing in the morning. Whatever that is for you, pick one of those and get some forward momentum with content creation if you're wanting to do something like that. Or like it's anything, whatever your thing is. You might be listening to this and saying, well, he didn't talk about my thing. So whatever that thing is that you're like, that's so hard for me to do, but I have to do it. Say it's easy, start doing it. Do it. Say it's easy and then do it. Test it out. Try it out. Start doing it. Get some wins under your belt. Get a winning streak. And you'll get that forward momentum of success that moves forward. When you start to keep your promises to yourself, you can trust yourself. And you can continuously, it'll start to compound over time, your experiences. And it actually then starts to rewire your brain. Wow, this really is easy. Why was that so hard before? Why didn't I do this already? Have you ever done something like that before where you thought it was hard before you did it, then you got into it and it became easy? It's the same way with this. And if you've never done that before, I encourage you, just try it out, test it out. Let me know your thoughts on this as well. Join the Grow Your Life community. We can have a dialogue going back and forth. You can leave me a comment, send me a DM, whatever that is. I want to help you reach your goals. And I believe this is one of those secrets to doing that is shifting your paradigm on what is hard to it being easy. That way you can then have ease to go after your success, to be successful. And they say this, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's why I say I don't do hard work, because I love what I'm doing. I love what I get to do. I don't do things that I don't love. Why would you do something that you don't enjoy? And then people are like, well, because you got to do it. No, you don't. Who came up with that rule? Who said that? Who said you have to? You need to realize that you can choose to do or not do something. You don't have to eat something just because it tastes bad. You don't need to finish all your vegetables. You don't need to do what somebody else has done. If you have a goal to do something, okay, yeah, you need to start doing those things. But you don't need to do it just because you should or because somebody said you should. You need to look at what your goal is, what needs to be accomplished, and shift your paradigm to this is easy and go after it. And start doing those things because you chose to, not because somebody said you have to. Because you chose to, and get self-discipline inside yourself. I made a podcast on this episode. I think it was number 13 or 14. I don't always remember what my episodes are, so I have to look them up here. Episode number 14, how to become unstoppably disciplined and focused in your business and in life. And this is where I talk about once you get some of that forward momentum, how to stay consistent with it. So I would go listen to that actually after this one, even though this one's after it. Maybe even go back and listen to that one if you haven't listened to episode number 14. That then continues as your kind of next step training on how to become disciplined, become focused, to do those things. And then shift your paradigm to this is easy, I can do it, I'm going to learn from my mistakes, grow from it, get back up, not let it control me because I chose to do it. I believe that I can do anything. I believe that I can accomplish anything. I believe that anything that I set my mind to, I can do. You see, you can do anything. People who say, I can't do that. Well, no, you're choosing not to do it. So you have to have a choice and choose what you will or won't do. And make a choice. This is easy. It's not hard. I'm going to choose it. And then make your choice. If your beliefs are telling you I can't do that, you either need to change those beliefs, speak truth over whatever that lie is that's telling you that. There's so much in this. That's why I have these podcast episodes. If you're just listening to this one, go listen to episode number 12, Proven Method to Easily Remove All Limitations and Do the Impossible. That one is like it's a 2.5 hour podcast that I did on specifically getting past some of the mindset stuff, the false beliefs that are holding us back from doing the impossible. And that's going to really help you. And then you have to have a vision that's bigger than yourself and realize if I'm going to get there, if I'm going to go where I know that I'm called to go, what I was created for, I have to shift my paradigm. I'm going to do the hard things. I'm going to call it easy now. I'm going to do it. Learn from my mistakes, get back up again, get back on the horse and go forward and reach my goals and build momentum. And that's consistency creates a flywheel effect. So you do it consistently by force, but then momentum is built to where then it actually is like, I keep doing this. I'm not going to stop. I built momentum doing these podcasts. I'm not going to stop doing these podcasts, you guys. When I first did the first couple of them, they were extremely difficult for me to get on camera and talk. And if you listen to them, I've improved over time. That momentum by saying, but the first one I did was I said, this is easy. I'm going to record a podcast. I did it. And I learned from any mistakes I made. I've been improving, and I'm going to improve from here. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Nobody is. But what we can do is we can grow. We can get better every single day and compound our success to reach our goals and grow your life. Listen, if you haven't before, go to my Instagram, leave hashtag grow your life on my feed. Every single post that I make, you can leave that within the first 2 minutes, or no, the first 10 minutes that I post it. Ed Milet says 2 minutes. I got the idea from him, which is cool. In the first 2 minutes that I post on Instagram every single day, leave hashtag grow your life, and I'm giving away a free coaching session with people once a week right now. I might give away some swag and stuff in the future when I have things like that to give away. I'm still starting out in my business, so I believe in you. I know you can accomplish anything. I know you can do this. Go leave hashtag grow your life on my Instagram within the first 10 minutes, or on any post on my Instagram, and you can win that coaching session. Start saying to yourself, this is easy. I can do this. And then put one foot in front of the other. Failure is only when you don't do something. Faith is taking that first step. Faith is saying it's easy. That's actually your first step of faith, is shifting that and realizing, okay, I'm going to try this and try it out and just do it, and then build that momentum, and you'll see change in your life. I promise you. Join the hashtag grow your life community on Facebook. Do the Instagram hashtag grow your life on Instagram to win stuff. I announce those every Sunday, and I believe in you. I know you can reach your goals if you do the easy things. The things that might be hard now to you, but you make a choice. This is going to be easy. I'm going to accomplish it. I'm not going to let failure be an option. And I can do anything I set my mind to. Grow your life, everybody. We'll talk next week.